Webb Space Telescope in front of us. And this is a giant new space telescope. The mirror is going to be 7 times the size of Hubble's. And it's so big, you actually need to fold it up in segments. It's so big that the rocket can't launch it in one big piece. So you'll see that the telescope, we're looking at the back of the mirror right now. And on the front of the mirror, there are segments. There are 18 segments, gold-coated mirror segments. And when this is up in orbit, and it's going very far away, it's not going to orbit the Earth. It's going to go 4 times farther away than the moon, 1,000,000 miles away out in space. And once it's out there and unfolded, the segments of the mirror will perfectly line up, and they can each be adjusted, every single one individually, into a perfectly smooth, curved mirror. And so this is, the scale is amazing. Look at those people there, right? Those are people in clean suits to make sure that there's no little bit of human hair or skin cells or anything that can get on the electronics. This room is actually hundreds of times cleaner than a medical operating room. And it's gigantic. It's like 3 stories high. So, it's really quite the thing to see.
And if we assume that each person in there is about 5.5 feet tall, that guy might be 6 feet right there, but so that makes the telescope 40, 50 feet?
Well, maybe all in total, yeah. I never really thought of it from top to bottom. I sort of think about things like the diameter of the mirror, stuff like that. This is the actual optics portion. This is the telescope, the mirrors. And then this will be fitted to a spacecraft and actually a giant sun shield. The sun shield is bigger than a tennis court. And the sun shield is made out of many layers of basically like mylar, stuff that actually unrolls, stuff that's sort of like tinfoil. And that will all be unfurled and expanded in space. And then this will be by far the most sensitive space telescope we've ever had. It should be able to actually determine what chemicals are in the atmospheres of planets around other stars. And incredibly, it could actually find the markers of life. It could find the right chemicals so that we know that there really has to be life there. That's just going to be, maybe in 5 or 10 years' time, we'll know that.
That's awesome. And there's a perfectly sterile American flag.
Yeah, you'll notice that's laminated, yeah, to make sure no little bits of cotton get off. Making a room this clean is very hard. Even they had a little problem earlier this year. A certain type of paint was flaking a little bit, and of course you need to be very careful. You don't want any paint flecks. There's a whole wall on that side of high efficiency HEPA filters, air filters. And that's actually just one of a bank of walls. There are more walls of air filters beyond that, so that the air comes out in that direction. It's incredibly clean.
That's very cool. Actually, I might just take a still.